here. All right, I'm going to start recording, but first thing I want to just talk a little bit about is what's called powerful learning practice. If you do a Google on it, it's plpnetwork.com. And just for your own edification outside of this class, the powerful learning practice is a website dedicated to, that I was talking about the last time we met, that was dedicated to creating social professional learning networks. And so this, I have a couple of emails here just to share with you. This one here is actually a do-it-yourself course. Basically talks about wikis. Then I have another one that is about social bookmarking. And that's from the using Delicious, which is like a bookmark website, but it's for social professional learning networks. And it's through powerful learning practice. So just a side note, you know, just to take a look at that. Okay, Kim, can you hear me?
Yes. Can you guys hear me now?
Yes. I'm going to give you full control, Kim. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me, not that. I want to give you my screen. Change presenter. That's what I want to do. All right. Kim?
Yes.
I'm making you the presenter now.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. So for this week, we're supposed to do the instructional objectives and assessments, and then discuss our instructional strategy. So we kind of front-loaded this week, and this is so far what I came up with for the instructional objectives. Let me know if my screen isn't high enough or if you can't see, so I'll know if I need to move it down so you can read. Can everyone see where it says Objective 5.1?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm just going to give you guys a minute and let you read through them and see if there's anything that we want to change or reword. It says, having subscribed to an online blog site from the provided list, the learner will successfully create a user homepage. Is there anything else we need to add in that one?
I don't think so.
Nope.
Okay. And the reason I made it 5.1, I think that was the goal. I think it was the goal. Objective 1.1, having created a blog site and identified an interpersonal learning network need, the learner will write about it on their blog. So they'll pretty much write what their interpersonal learning network need is on their blog. That'll give them a chance to try out the blog as well as identify that need that we said we wanted to focus on the entire time.
Very good.
That's okay?
Yep.
Okay. Objectives 2.1 and 2.2, having subscribed to LinkedIn, the learner will successfully create a user profile.
Okay.
Yep. Yep.
Just let me know if you guys want to add anything or if you think it should be separated, because you see I put both of those together, 2.1 and 2.2. Objective 2.3, having set up a user profile on LinkedIn, the learner will add additional users with common interests.
Yep.
Yep. Okay.
Objectives 2.4 and 2.5. Okay. Having identified an interpersonal learning network need, the learner will create a group on LinkedIn relevant to that need and make it public.
All right. Weren't we going to give them an option there to either create a group or find a group?
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I think I think what we want to do is for For beginners, I would say they would want to find a group. For people that have used it before, they could create a group.
I think creation's the alternative if they can't find something that applies to their subject.
Well, that's a good point too. Yeah, I agree
that's a
with
good
that.
point.
So how we want to word it? We want to
Well, find or
split it up.
You can
Okay.
just the learner will find or create a group on LinkedIn relevant to that need.
This is really good stuff.
Yep.
And I don't think the make it public would be if they opted. Maybe there's a caveat on there. Say if they made a group, but they opted to create a group, they need to make it public.
Yeah, I would say create a public group. Find or create a public group.
Yeah, there you go. And then maybe the thing for that is since they found people and added additional people who have common interests, to invite those people to join their group. That could be part of it. They create the public group and then they invite those guys to join it.
Okay. So, okay. We want to add something to the end of that.
Yeah, just say something like, if the user has opted to create a group, they will invite the additional users they've.
Did we specify the technology for creating the blog site?
No.
Do we want to do that?
We can.
I think for consistency's sake, we do want to state whether they use. I don't know. I don't know if EduBlog would be the right one or not. Maybe.
Well, I have a question, Lottie. Which would you prefer, your group? Not that we're just writing to your presentation.
Wow.
But if we're writing to your presentation, which would you prefer your group use?
I'm familiar with EduBlog, but I don't like it. Anybody else using anything else?
I use WordPress.
I use WordPress. Yeah, me too.
How do you like
I'm
that?
WordPress.
Are you able? Let me ask you this: with WordPress, are you able to put videos in?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
so you can tag videos in.
Yes.
I recently had a problem with uploading videos to my WordPress. It was telling me I needed to upgrade to something.
Well, if you try to upload stuff to it, it gives you a problem. But what I do with my videos is I actually have an account through Vimeo or YouTube, and you can actually embed the videos then into your post.
Embed is the key word I was looking for. EduBlog won't let you embed unless you pay extra money. So
Yeah, I saw that.
WordPress will let you embed.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I would rather use anyways. Yeah.
And the key word there is it's free.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So WordPress is a perfect, well, it's good. It's a good blog site.
Okay, so we want to say having subscribed, the first one, having subscribed to WordPress, an online blog site.
Yes.
Yep.
The learner will successfully create a user homepage.
Yep.
Having created a blog site and identified, okay, the rest of those are good.
Yeah.
Well, I would say, because you're
We're
kind of
working
saying the same thing, I would say identify an interpersonal learning network need. This is for the learner to do, right? So I would say identify an interpersonal learning network need and write about it on your new WordPress blog.
See, the reason why I put having created a blog site again, for every objective you're supposed to put what they have done before.
Oh, I see.
Or what they would have needed done. That's how come it's set up like that.
That's fine.
That's how they want you to write your objectives.
Good point. Thank you.
Okay. We were on 2.4 and 2.5. We were saying, I'm sorry, Matt, I hit a blank. If the user
opts to create a group, They will invite users with common interests to join the group.
Okay.
And basically, I'm saying that the people they've added to their LinkedIn account up above will be the people they invite.
Okay. 5.3a. Having created a blog site and a group related to, okay, this is where we're going to have to change since we've said or on 2.4. Having created a blog site and a group related to an interpersonal learning network needs on LinkedIn, the learner will blog about their experience. So maybe we should say having created a blog site and either found or created a group.
What if you just?
Because you have to say that they
LinkedIn and created a blog.
Okay. Having interacted on LinkedIn and created a blog site. The learner will blog about their experience. Cool.
Yep.
3.1 and 3.2, having subscribed to TweetDeck, the learner will successfully create a user profile.
Okay.
3.3, having set up a user profile on TweetDeck, the learner will follow hashtags or users with common interests.
Okay.
Now,
3.4.
on here somewhere that those common interests are what the specific subject they're looking up, like say it's classroom discipline.
Okay, so
It would be following through hashtags, users of common interest, wouldn't it? I mean, that is how you identify
Through the use
common interest.
through the use of hashtags, yeah.
Yeah.
okay, having set up a user profile on TweetDeck, the learner will follow through the use of hashtags, users with common interests.
So comma after follow and after hashtags, maybe?
That's correct.
Yes.
Perfect.
Okay. 3.4, having identified an interpersonal learning network need, the learner will post to or create a hashtag on TweetDeck relevant to that need.
That's good.
Yes.
5.3b, having created a blog site and a group related to interpersonal learning network needs on TweetDeck, the learner will blog about their experience. Now, this is another one of those that we didn't necessarily make them. Okay.
Because it's
Just
the
like
same
the
thing.
other.
You're either following a hashtag or creating one.
Having interacted on TweetDeck and created a blog site. The learner will blog about their experience. Okay. 4.1 and 4.2, having subscribed to Sophia, the learner will successfully create a user profile. 4.3, having set up a user, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't wait. Is that one okay?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
4.3, having set up a user profile on Sophia and identified an interpersonal learning network need, the learner will search subject matter on that content.
Yes.
That's perfect.
4.4, having identified an interpersonal learning network need, the learner will post to or create a thread on Sophia relevant to that need.
Yep.
And this last one, I guess we'll change to having interacted on Sophia and created a blog site. the learner will blog about their experience.
Great.
Yep.
Yes.
Perfect.
We okay on instructional objectives?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Beth, I'll let you take over. Tell me when I need to scroll.
Okay. I generically took some of the lead from Dr. Cordes' notes on our last submission, noting that we hadn't included references being one of the main thing, and assumed that at this point we need to think about it moving forward, figure out how we can go backwards and cite information related to specifically, you know, an assessment tool and why we would use it. So therefore, I set this up in that manner to then circle back around to what is our assessment towards the end of this section. Do you all, I know I did not get it to you timely, and I apologize for being sick with what I think actually was probably pneumonia last week. And then heading into this week and going to kids camp, I did go to the doctor and I did get meds, and I am medicated, but my lungs are just, they're not happy. So I apologize for my lateness, but here we are. As far as the assessment tool and why it's not just for the students matter, it is to monitor the student learning, also to improve academic programs from our standpoint as educators, and to enhance student learning. If there are any other direct quotes that you all have, or other type of reference information, I would love the opportunity to integrate that in here so that we actually, you know, have all of our collective thoughts. I did relate back to not only to just-in-time learning, but also to the anytime, anywhere learning, the AAL, as well. Again, circumferencing back to our other topics to make sure that we had consistent flow, because no matter what, these assessments can be used in a synchronous manner or in an asynchronous manner, just by being able to collectively follow the hashtags, or to collect the information about where someone's LinkedIn site is, what TweetDeck name they're using, who their Sophia account is. And again, now we would alter that piece that I emailed you as well on a final type of assessment to include additional WordPress blog information, and maybe even some general WordPress blog setup information that could be included on an assessment, like one of the things we just talked about: can you upload videos and media into your blog? As a yes, I can. We could do it as a true or false question. Comments, questions. I probably don't need to read it for you. I think you all are capable of doing that and processing. I'm ready for critiquing and changing whatever we need to do. And I had a question about using pound hashtags versus just writing hashtags. I think pound hashtags are probably a better way to write it, and if so, then the section that we just completed probably needs to be updated in that manner as well, since it's unique to Twitter.
I agree.
Yes, I agree too.
So write it how you had the pound in front of.
Yeah, it'll show as a spelling error, but it's technically correct.
Yeah. And Kim, since you have the control, can you scroll down and let's take a look at some of the references?
Sure.
Hey, I wonder, can you do like a find all and replace the hashtags on the Google Docs?
Should be able to.
That'd probably be the easiest way to fix that.
Okay, I'll go through and do that. Let's see. Here are the references. Can you guys see them?
Yeah.
Those are good references.
The Hall and the Picciano were used, were books from another
I remember.
another course, and they were really, they actually were probably some of my favorite textbooks through this program.
Yeah, the technology director's guide, they just updated that this year.
Yeah, I know I had to buy it for the fall term.
Oh, okay. The fall term, what class is that?
Oh, I knew you were going to ask that. I don't remember what it is off the top of my head.
Because that's probably the next one I'll take too.
Probably 638 because that's what we used it in, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yes, yeah, that's right.
Can we just read through it?
Sure.
Sure. Go back, and I'm glad to read.
Can you see it there? Okay.
Yeah, I can see it. Thanks. The important process of assessment is integral to the education process. I know that's wordy, so thus edit. Stiggins and Chepius, 2005, identified that the implementation of assessments will serve the important functions to monitor student learning, improve academic programs, and enhance student learning. By helping students and educators to evaluate the learning processes and procedures, assessments can report the matrix of learning and allow the style and format to be considered for adaptations based on deficiencies.
The only thing I'm sorry. The only thing I would change is maybe the first sentence. Maybe I would say the important process of assessment is integral to education.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Sorry. Go ahead, Beth.
Thank you. The assessments within this current project reflect brain-based learning, and that it is learning which is established through teaching with a collaborative effort which is flexible between the student and the teacher. ISD 2011. There is, and that's actually ISD 2008 because I was using an earlier journal as it noted when I went back and did my reference. I had 2011, but I did, or 2012, but I did get rid of it. There is positive integration between the student and educator as just-in-time learning occurs for the student, making critical decisions as to what resource is most appropriate for the task. And if I type is, which is the way it is listed in verbatim, it wants to change it for are. So any helps you want to give me there within that direct quote, I did the 3 periods. Trying to figure out how I should do that.
Well, I don't think
I'm
you
not
need.
sure how you change the tense.
I don't think you need to use direct quotes.
Okay.
You can still use the reference without direct quotes. Just to give them credit, there is positive integration between the student and educator as just-in-time learning occurs for the student, making critical decisions as to what resource is appropriate for the task. I would just say I would get rid of the 3 dots and most and just put an is there.
Okay.
Get rid of the quotes. We don't need the quotes.
It's 2008.
Yeah.
It is 2008, yeah.
And do we need to list the page number? Since it's not a direct quote?
I don't think so. Not because it's not a direct quote.
Right. So let's go ahead and edit that.
All right. Everybody good with that?
Yes.
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 Technology is introduced through multiple variations and aspects of learning. The use of software, which may administer testing, record grading and attendance, as well as offer advanced features, are a means by which instructors and students alike may enjoy quick and centralized processing of assignments and tasks, rubrics and grading, processing of course documentation, and learning strategies.
Great.
Perfect.
But we're not using that technology for this project, though. I don't know if we need
No,
to
but it's just stating that that technology exists to give every aspect the ability to be integrated. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, it gives a backdrop.
Do we want to change something?
See, I notice in this you don't even include the stuff we're using, though. That's something you might want to somehow incorporate into that statement.
Well, I think we're talking specifically now about assessments.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Right. I'm giving research backgrounds as to why assessments, how assessments, so that we've got general integration of the research material.
Right.
And then going more specific in the next paragraph of what we're doing, and then how we can utilize assessments. Because if you're doing this with educators, excuse me, in a continuing education type of format, you're not going to be using specifically those tools, but you might use those if you were using it within your classroom.
That's true.
And we've left it that the professionals' needs may be user-centered as well as, you know, for them professionally, but also in a professional manner to use through their classroom to help students get engaged in that manner. So there is a balance, and you're right. It's hard because we actually are saying it could be both ways, which it really can be, but it's hard to be very specific and finite with that. So are we good to leave it, or we want to remove some of this?
I think we're good with it.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the background.
I like it too.
All right. Gitiano, 2011, identifies a variety of software that is supported in course management software, CMR, which will aid in these processes, not process.
Actually, CMR would be CMS.
CMS, you're right. Yeah, I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
My other job, customer management resources. So
That's okay.
I wonder if there's another way to say it so we don't say software like twice there.
Can we say system?
Yeah, that would work. Systems is supported in course management software. I wouldn't change that because course management software is what it's called. I'd say it's
the system there, right? Okay.
Oh, that are supported.
Yeah.
Okay.
These types of CMS include Blackboard and WebCT, or with more primitive response management products such as SurveyMonkey. Through this any changes there?
No.
I'm just trying to give examples.
That's perfect. Yep.
All right. Through this project, the assessments will be interactive, requiring the activities of the project to be assessed by completing the tasks and completing interactive response assessments, as well as TweetDeck posts relaying the information via hashtags of the student learning. It probably should be student learning process.
Do that?
I would say, yeah, just student learning.
Okay. These interactive assessments are a means of assessing and viewing the student's progress in accomplishing the just-in-time learning outcomes. These assessments also provide a platform for AAL to occur and assessment evaluation to be completed at a later time through following the implementation of the users through the hashtags. This is where, now that we have said that they're going to blog about each of their interactions, I think we need to add the users through the hashtags as well as through their blogging reporting, their blog reporting, or something along that line, since we're actually having them go and blog about each thing that they do.
Right.
Now, I have a question. As the instructor or somebody who's assessing them on this, are they going to include links to whatever they did? Or give you the group that they're following or something so you can see what they did and how well they figured out?
Yes, I emailed a sample
Well,
out late.
in this,
As not just the survey.
It's here.
Emailed you, but
Can you guys see this?
Yeah, that looks
Oh,
great.
yeah, that works.
What is your LinkedIn name? Go ahead, there.
yeah, I'm sorry. So they would answer questions. Again, some could be multiple choice, and I didn't actually put the Twitter. To the comment of choice would be the right one on number 3, but it's really, I would change that and put exactly what Twitter says on their health center, which is to categorize their search. And so that would be more specific, but just tried to create something that used different processes so that the user could, could identify things, go back to what is their process, what do you do, what was I supposed to do first, second, third, fourth. One of the other things that I emailed later on is instead of state the date and time which you sent your TweetDeck response, I actually had never used that before within SurveyMonkey. That's the only one I hadn't used. And so my suggestion now would be instead for them to actually put their TweetDeck name in that box. But if you can follow them by them using whatever hashtag, so like Glatzy would set up whatever his continuing education is, he would set up his hashtag for that. And so they would always put in whatever they're doing plus whatever their TweetDeck name plus that hashtag for any answer that they were giving. So it's immediate, and he can pull it up and he can see who responded. And all the other users can find each other on there as well.
I think this works fine. I just realized it was there.
Okay.
All right.
I did take that to a little bit different level and also incorporated it into a Word document so that it's just answerable as an insert or an appendix to our project versus an insert into the project. But you can decide how we want that. Where were we?
We were going to add something about the blog.
Yes. So in here it says these assessments also provide a platform for AAL to occur and assessment evaluation be completed at a later time through following the implementation of the users through hashtags and through their blog experiences and through their blog reporting and through
Their blogging.
just blogging.
Blog posts.
there you go.
Blog posts. Yeah.
Do we need to come up with some sort of rubric for this too, so that it would go on exactly what whoever's teaching this class would evaluate or assess? That gives them an opportunity to put their information down, but then when you look at it as an instructor, you know exactly what you're looking for when you assess it.
Yes, and I use the task analysis that we had as a general guideline
Right.
for what type of questions to ask on a rubric, where I wasn't asking every question line item, but I was giving opportunity, including the order, the steps of the things that you did, or so that the user could go back and say, what did I do? And again, connect their thinking and their processing all together. Are we good with the change on that sentence?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm going to go back and read the next two sentences after that. Then. A
Okay.
combination of methods, in this instance of distance learning, using technology in this manner allows for both synchronous and asynchronous methods of completing the needs of educators through their professional development and use of these technologies. By connecting the technology with the educator in and out of the classroom, educators can expand their learning network and the learning networks of their students.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, I like it.
Yes, very good.
Okay. So the only other thing that we have to do, Beth, I guess we would insert that as an appendix, the Word document.
Yes, I
So
think
that
we would.
Dr.
I
Corduff
think it
can
would
see
be
that.
Appendix A.
Okay.
And I'll go back
the
and make adjustments based on the addition of the blog
Okay.
being specific
Okay.
for WordPress so that it's in there as well.
Okay. All right. The last thing that we have to do tonight and do together is the instructional strategy piece. I'm guessing that's us going through and telling specifically how we're going to teach them to do these things.
Okay. Do we have
Do you
any?
want to see an example? The
Yeah, I was
example
gonna say.
again?
Do we have an example of one?
I'll see if I can pull up the thing on SharePoint again.
Wow, you're taking 4 classes?
No, I'm done with the other 3.
Okay.
Yes, one. This is my last one, and I'll be done.
That's wonderful, huh? Got to be a good feeling.
Yes.
That was
Yes,
698.
How was 698? It was okay. You just had to do a culminating I'm
That's
sorry.
You gotta get like 120 hours doing something, right?
Yes, I was actually in a technology classroom at my school, and he also let me help him do some of the technology professional development. So a lot of those hours I got done at home because I was able to like design modules and stuff.
Right.
Your 120 hours in the classroom do not have to be during your master's program, according to Dr. Patrick, who I'm taking 698 with right now.
698 is, what is that exactly?
It's the directed practicum.
Yeah,
Okay.
directed practicum, and you do have a culminating project, as Kim said, you know, that is somewhat flexible based on your interests. And that's where you do either finish your 120 hours during that class, or you submit the hours of teaching. I mean, if you've taught in
Is that more like an
classroom
internship?
before, you qualify.
So you can use what you've taught before as
Yeah.
as that 120 hours.
Yep.
All right. Hey, could you do me a favor and email me that guy's contact information so I can kind of run by what I want to do before I sign up for it, so I figure out when I sign up for it.
Yeah, I can. Who is this? Who's talking?
Matt.
Hey, Matt. Okay, I'll send it to you.
Right now I don't
Okay.
think so I'm concerned.
I'm trying to get it to. Really? So I can open up an example of some that have already completed it. Maybe there's a different way there. Okay. For instructional strategy, they have up here pre-instructional orientation activities. Learners will be enrolled in an online form for the class and told of a progress meter which will illustrate each learner's completion of course modules. Learners will access a simple Prezi presentation depicting a completed research activity and outlining what students need to accomplish. As far as learner groupings, learners will work individually Practice activities. Learners will participate in an online forum for the class, learning firsthand how to thrive in an online community. Learners will post all assignments via the blog. Learners will produce and use a lesson plan on each digital citizenship topic. And
So
then
basically,
for post-assessment.
I'm sorry, I'm
Go ahead.
going to interrupt you. Basically, what we're doing is we're doing like learner groupings, what they're doing, practice activities, post assessments, pre-instructional orientation activities, right? We're going to do the same type of headings and stuff, right?
Right.
Okay.
Okay, so what I'm just going to do, I'm going to take this and delete it out.
Go. Yeah, no need to create the wheel again.
Yeah, we can just edit this thing for our own use.
Okay. All right, Lotsie, you know you're my formatting person, so I'll just type in it as is right now. Okay. What do you want to do for our orientation activities?
Maybe have them look at each of the sites, familiarize them with it before they actually set up their own stuff and do the project.
It's a good idea.
Are we going to have them in like a form or something, or they're going to have a shell, they're going to access a Blackboard shell or anything before?
We agreed we were going to set up a wiki where they could read the instructions.
Okay, so learners will be invited to a wiki space.
Maybe Lottie's a good one to answer this because I don't completely understand what he's.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you can make it a public wiki. I mean.
Okay, learners will access a.
Access a wiki with complete instructions for the, I'm not sure how to word this, for the course.
Okay.
Class?
For the class.
Could be either way, that's fine.
Okay.
That's pretty much all they would do right there.
Well, then I think B would be learners will review the sites posted on the wiki. I think that's what we're, one thing they're going to do is access the wiki, and then they're going to actually review the sites to familiarize themselves with the sites. Isn't that what we were really saying they were going to do?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Learner groupings.
I think that's fine. Learners look individually.
Okay. This probably needs to be a letter or something too. We'll format it later. Okay. Practice activities.
Wouldn't that be when they actually go to each of the sites and do the activities we decided they're going to do?
Okay, so learners will visit sites posted on the wiki and complete
Assigned tasks?
That's good.
That one is kind of similar to what we said anyways for the blog. Learners will, well, they're not going to post the assignments on the blog. They're going to
They're gonna
Reflect.
They're I like the word reflect. There we go.
Thank you.
learners will reflect on, do we want to specify that they're going to reflect on each of their
Each of their assigned
Experiences.
tasks.
Learning experiences, yeah.
Yeah, learning experiences.
reflect on their blog site. Will reflect each learning experience on the blog.
Use
Do
the
we
blog
put where first or what
Oh, no.
first?
or be the WordPress.
Learners will reflect on their, I'm sorry,
Experiences.
On their WordPress blog.
Well, couldn't you put that first using WordPress? Learners reflect.
yes. Come on, using WordPress. Learners will reflect on their learning experiences.
Yep.
On each site. Something like that.
Do we need a C?
We need a comma after WordPress.
Yes, yeah.
I don't think we need a C.
No, I agree.
I can't think of one.
Okay. Assessment.
Isn't that where they do the
That's where they do the sample, the Survey Monkey, right?
Post-assessment, yes.
The class will complete a
wouldn't it be the learner because we're having them work individually?
Yes.
Post-assessment. Or no, a survey, I guess.
It will complete a survey. Yeah.
will complete a survey that, or we want to say
Well-
using SurveyMonkey?
Well, and I think it's the learner will complete a survey with interactive technology,
Okay.
because it's not just the survey, it's also all the other things we want them to do while they're doing the survey, because that is another way that they can go back and see how the interaction interfaces.
Do we want to say using SurveyMonkey at the front? Like how we said using WordPress?
Sure.
Oh, money. I'm thinking about. Okay. They have learners will conduct a research project. Okay.
Hey, last time we talked about using the aggregator as Google Docs, and have we figured out how we're going to use Google Docs if at all?
You mean the Google Reader?
Yeah.
We could. I mean, I don't know how. Did we even write that in?
It was on there, but I don't know that we need it, is what I'm saying. We could probably go back and take that out.
Yeah.
I think the Google Reader would be more useful for the instructor of the course than the actual students.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it would be good for them. Good for the teacher to go in to see what they've written as far as their reflections.
Yeah.
I'm making a mess with my formatting. I am. Okay. Other than that, I think we are good to go this week.
Cool.
I have a question that's really going to mess up y'all's minds as I ask it. Under
What is it?
learner groupings, isn't it learners will work individually, but learners will interact socially through technology?
Oh, that's very good.
That's very good, yeah.
But we'll
Because
interact.
socially as a group through technology, maybe. Because it is their individual work, but, you know, if Late's leading his his group, they're going to have, he's going to have his own hashtag for where they're going, and the classroom is going to get engaged as learners, as educational learners, together, even though they're each individually doing their work. I don't know.
Right.
Good point. Yep. Yep. Very good point. Because realistically, what we would do is we would present this as a training to the Anytime, Anywhere Learning group. And that group is going to be sharing their experiences throughout the entire year with each other about classroom management with the technology, neat stuff they're able to do with their course content, those types of things. So having them have a hashtag specifically for the group that's getting trained allows them to continue their professional development.
Okay.
Right.
Perfect.
Sounds good.
All right. In that case, would you guys would you prefer to turn it in this way, or do we want to put? Well, she'll have access to what we did last week, so I guess we don't need to attach that. We'll just use it as it says, instructional design project. We're in the design phase. Leave it as it is. Is that okay?
Correct. Yep.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm gonna.
Kim,
Well, it's already saved. Yes.
you're going to go through and change hashtags to have the pound hashtags. I'm going to go and adjust the Word document that basically has a Survey Monkey. It's not exactly in the same format, but it's similar. For those of you who didn't see it, I emailed it right before we met on here. But I'll change that and send that back out in probably 5 minutes to include our WordPress blog site interaction in the assessment. And then if there's anybody that has any changes or adjustments to that, why don't you email that, and I'll get them changed, or just change it, either one.
Do you want me to email you this so you could just add it as an appendix and send it out to everyone?
That would be great, Kim.
Okay, I'll do that. What do we have coming up for next week, guys?
Looks like the
I think it's the media.
There's an example on that example of the SharePoint too, right?
Yeah, I think there was.
All right, let's see what I got. All right.
Look, all they have is a sentence.
A what?
We will be using a sentence. We will be using this website to host lessons, links to resources, videos, and a Prezi presentation that can all be used in the classroom by teachers for students. So like you said, I guess we'll just have to create that wiki.
Yep.
And like put links to the sites and just write a sentence.
So we need to create the wiki and put a link to the site of the wiki, and then we would actually have a presentation that Lottie's going to use with his AALs.
Yes.
All right.
All right. I'm going to need to get with you, Lottie, on how to help set up this wiki, because I said I'd do the media presentation.
Okay.
And I've never set up a wiki before, so I need to get with you offline, and we can figure out how to do that.
All right.
Well, and if somebody wants to set it up, then and invite the rest of us, we can all come in and add comments. It's interactive. You can see who posts, when they post, what order they post in, that kind of thing. And we can color code our typing so you can see who posts what without having to say, this is Beth, I think that we should include it this way. You can just type it on there using your color.
Okay.
Anybody want to set up the wiki?
Well, I said I'd do the media selection, so I'll do it, but I'm going to have to get with Lottie to figure out how to do it, because I've never set up a wiki.
Gotcha.
So, is it real hard, or?
No, not at all, really. If you go to, I can even tell you now, if you go to wikispaces.com,
Yep.
there's a thing, you're going to click on education, and you're going to sign up and start. And we'll just have to give it, you'll have to create a username and password, give them your email address. Tell them that it's a K-12 education. Give it a wiki name. What do you want to call it?
Well, basically, we're doing. Trying to think. Probably could call it something based on what we're doing, which is
SLPN.
sounds good to me.
Social Professional Learning Network. SLPN.
Yeah, that's fine. Unless it's taken, then I'll have to be creative.
I doubt it'll be taken. Yeah, and then once you do that, then you can allow for public or set to private, and then add users. Or actually, I think you can just put in email addresses to contribute. So everybody.
For the Google Docs, right?
Yeah, sort of like the Google Docs. Yeah.
So I can go on the Google Docs, see what you guys have us set up for under email, and use those email addresses.
Yeah, or you could use our Liberty email accounts. Wikispaces doesn't care about it.
No.
So maybe instead of SLPN, we want SPLN, Social Professional Learning Network. Since that's the way we have it ordered.
Yeah.
Just making sure we stay.
Yep. SPL, Social Professional. Yep, SPLN.
Okay. All right, Beth, I'm getting the thing ready to send to you now. I'm trying to get it into a Word.
Now, there's some things we need to start thinking about, too. I was looking over the assessment appendix. Let me see what it's called. I was talking to Lottie about this before everybody else got on.
Uh-huh.
This is the media presentation. It says that we have to collaborate with your ISD team of 3 to 6 people, choose one technology or software that one of you identified and critiqued in your new media critique project, which is what we're doing next week. So individually, we have to go over 3 technologies, and then collaboratively, we go over 1, and we create a presentation. Now, my thoughts on this is we split up the technologies we're using for this project, so that everybody has investigated one of those, and then collaboratively we choose to which one we want to go over. If that makes any sense. And then, because so like somebody could do WordPress, somebody could do Sophia, somebody could do Twitter, LinkedIn, SurveyMonkey. You guys follow me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're talking about this,
Yes.
this right here, new media presentation right here, right?
Yeah.
So collaborate, we don't do that on our own, though.
Well, it looks like if you look at so there's a new media presentation, Module 6, but if you look for the Module 5 assignment, for this project you have 2 options. You can examine 3 e-learning or mobile-related software tools to enhance learning, and then develop a report. So that's an individual thing.
This is what you're talking about. Okay.
But then you take and get with your group, and you guys get together with all of the different medias that you've investigated, and then you choose one to do a report on collaboratively.
Okay. So each of us will do a. So do we have enough tools to go around?
We have at least one for everybody. We actually have more, I think, because you got probably can make a list. Let me make a list, and I'll write down who it is. So we got Sophia, LinkedIn, let's see, WordPress,
Twitter, Wikispaces. But Wikispaces, though, that's really not a technology the students will be using other than just to read.
Let me see how the verbiage is on this. To examine 3 e-learning or mobile-related software tools that enhance learning. So can it enhance learning is the question. If it can enhance learning, I would think that it matches this criteria. If it's a tool that can enhance learning.
Okay.
So I think it applies because we're going to use it to enhance learning by just having it as a place where they can go.
Yeah, that's true.
And then what was the last one? SurveyMonkey, right?
Yeah.
All right.
So
Now,
do we want to decide who's doing what now?
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Now, I'm thinking since I got to figure out how to do a wiki this week, and maybe it just makes sense for me to investigate that one.
All right.
Now I'm going to have a list. Who wants to do Sophia?
Chris, what do you want
Yeah,
to
I'll
do?
take that one. I'll take Sophia. That sounds interesting to me.
Okay.
All right. LinkedIn?
I'll take LinkedIn.
All right. That's Lotsie.
Yeah.
Something else I was thinking, like, just as much as I'm going to do wiki spaces because I have to use it, I would think that Beth would probably be a good one for SurveyMonkey since she's already interacting with it.
Yeah, that'd be great. Does that leave Twitter?
WordPress and Twitter.
Can I do WordPress? I'm not a Twitter girl.
All right. That leaves one double. I don't know if anybody wants to do Twitter.
Do we have to cover all of them?
I don't think so. Basically, if we don't cover it, we're saying that one of these five that we are covering we'll use for our combined project. So we don't have
Okay.
to.
If we had to take a quick poll of everybody on here, and we were going to try to do a new media project, which one would you all think would be the most interesting to weave through for a presentation? I have my opinion of which one I think, so that's why and it's the one that's not chosen by any of us.
Twitter.
I think Twitter is it has so many nuances.
I can do Twitter unless somebody else wants to.
All right, I'll write that down. And then we're already agreeing that when this is when we have to do our combined project, that's the one we'll do.
Yeah.
Yes, that's fine with me.
Yeah.
All right. We can revisit it later if we, after investigating it, find out that it is not. But I think she's right because it's a pretty unique thing.
It's so applicable for a professional in their own use as well as in their class use that there are so many turns we can take it on. It's just very unique. So
All right.
anyway, that's my opinion.
For the
Okay.
individual ones, you have to do 3. So we got the one that we all said we would do, and Lotsie's got 2. But we can choose whatever other ones we want for the other 2. I don't know if it's wise for us to stick to this list so that we all have more educated input when we go over continue this project.
Okay.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So for next week, it's seeming like we can actually kind of meet via email, but if you guys feel comfortable meeting again like this, we can, but it's almost like after we get that wiki up, we just have to add a quick sentence that says this is what we're using, and they're going to use this to access A, B, C, and D, and that's it for next week's assignment. I guess because we have so much more to do next week with the web bibliography and the new media project, right?
I think you're right. Plus,
Yep.
I know personally, my week's going to be insane, so for me to tell you a time would be very difficult.
That's
Same
fine.
here.
One other thing I wanted to mention, like at the end of this, I think we have to do put together a presentation. What I think might be nice, since lots of you are actually doing this, is if there's any way you can get photos or anything from doing this that might be useful, we could include that in the final presentation.
You
know
mean
what, Watson? What
photos?
if you went ahead and set up your hashtag for your users? If you
Okay.
can identify that, then we could go ahead and create interactive screenshots using that hashtag as examples.
Okay.
Because we can intertwine that both in a blog post. You know, I've got a WordPress account, so I could do a dummy blog, you know, and include information that
Wait.
includes that hashtag.
And hold on, for the When are you doing your presentation, Lotsie?
I'll be doing it Tuesday.
Tuesday. Because some of the best stuff for the screenshots and stuff would actually be the people that he's teaching it actually really doing it.
Yeah.
If we can somehow screenshot that stuff.
Yeah, I can attempt to do that. Matter of fact, I think I have Articulate. I think I'll just put that on and do a screen capture.
Yeah, and I don't know if we can get the wiki up by then. That would help you out. And then you could show them that. But they don't absolutely need it to do the actual project. That's just the instructions.
Right. Yeah, I'll have something else posted for them as far as instructions. Anyways.
Yeah. But, I mean, I think that'd be, especially to just tell the students what you're doing. I
Right.
think that would be pretty cool. It add a little flair to our group because it's actually really somebody doing the project.
Right. Agreed.
And I am good to work on the wiki tomorrow afternoon as well. So if we get it up and running, I'm glad to jump in there.
I'll tell you what, I'll do the investigation tonight, see if I can get something together tonight, and I'll just email it out to y'all.
Sounds good.
Sounds like it should be easy enough to do it.
Yeah, a lot of it's just, it's really a lot of it's just HTML coding. It's not really that difficult.
Right.
Yeah.
And,
I don't even think you need to know HTML coding, honestly.
No, you don't. Wiki is user-friendly.
Yeah.
if I have any questions, I'll send you an email, Lottie.
Perfect. All right, are we good to go?
We're good to go. Once Beth attaches the appendix, she'll send it out to everyone, and then we'll be ready to submit our assignment for this week, and we'll be good.
So when we get
Sounds
that
good.
email, that's the finished project for us to submit.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Perfect.
All right.
All
All right. Very
righty.
good. All right.
All
Thank you.
right.
All right, thanks,
We'll
everyone.
have it later tonight. Talk to you later.
Talk to you later.
All righty.
Bye-bye.
Bye.